utter nonsense from a desperate chief minister who now is saying anything, now inventing stuff to distract from the real issues that are at the heart of this scandal. The real issues here is that the chief minister has passed a law in many people see as political self-interest. He's not been able to ring-fence those conflicts of interest. So he's passed a law to help himself in the inquiry, in the same way as he was not able to ring-fence the personal conflicts of interest by signing 14 letters of assurance to police officers who gave statements against Mr McGrail. That's the real issue, and the real scandal here that he's trying to distract from, and people will see through this tactic. So it is absolute nonsense for him to suggest that we have in any way invited direct rule.
In effect, were you hoping that the governor would reconsider giving assent to this bill?
Now, the only conversation that I was having from the governor, and the governor knows it because I said that to him personally and also in writing, was that we were having a desire to convey to him formally our views on this bill, which we made public in Parliament, but I thought it was appropriate because of his constitutional role that we should say so. Look, Mr Picardo has had an opportunity, because he has said so himself, to consult the governor on the bill. Is it okay for Mr Picardo to speak to the governor but not for the opposition? So all we wanted to do was to formally convey to the governor our own views directly on the issue of this bill that has now become the act. That is the only thing that we were doing. When I commented, when your interviewer asked me when we emerged from the convent as to the timing, all I was saying was that it seemed to me strange, and indeed it is, that we had an original meeting set for the 10 a.m. and it was then postponed, and in the interim period there was assent. It seemed to me a lack of courtesy. That's all I was saying, but I was never going to have a conversation on assent. That was always clear. It was only about the formal conveyance of our views. The reality here, as I keep saying, is that this is simply a distraction, the misinformation of the Chief Minister that he tries to do to avoid the real issues, to put up a smokescreen. But I'm not going to let him get away with it. The real issues here remain, that he has passed an act, he has, with his majority in Parliament, to try to influence the inquiry, to sidestep the chairman of the inquiry in his own political self-interest.